Hi everyone on YouTube. Firstly, I just wanted to say thank you so much to literally every single person that subscribed and has, written comments and had all these amazing things that they've given me feedback with, and I absolutely love it. So thank you so much for that. It's really lovely to read, I hope that you're enjoying the content that I'm putting out so far. Now, one of the questions that I've had a lot in the past, from the very second I left The Apprentice to even now, and I've been reading through lots of the comments, and lots of other people have just been saying, why did you walk out? Why did you walk out of the show? What was the reasons behind it? So I felt that it was necessary for me to literally get a video out which explains how I was feeling, why I did what I did, and why I still believe in what I did was the right thing. Just so you know, I've just come back from Thailand about 4 days ago. I had an amazing time. I went with my girlfriend and we had just the most amazing break. If anyone out there who's just literally knackered, try and get a break, because I tell you what, it's so good to get away and sometimes have a breather, and I feel so ready to go now, especially for Christmas and 2020, which is going to be my year. I cannot literally wait. I've built so much up to this point, where next year is going to literally run with it, and plus we're moving into our new offices in a couple of weeks, so I literally cannot wait for the future at the moment. So it's great. Anyway, so back to the whole thing. Now, I'll just quickly go through a couple of things here. I always get asked a few questions here, and I'm just going to tell you what the answers are. So, number one is when people say, did you really have only 20 minutes to get ready before the task? The answer is to that, yes, we literally had only 20 minutes to get ready. You would be asleep, literally sound asleep. It could be any time, 4, 6, 10, 9, I don't know, and then the door would burst open and there would be a film crew literally saying, wake up, you got to go, Lord Sugar's got a task for you, and you literally be like, what the hell was going on? It was kind of surreal at the time, and a very impactful awakening. But at the time, it was almost like you was running on so much energy that you was there. He was like, right, come and get up. Now, what the girls used to do was preempt when the show, when they had to wake up. So they would sometimes ask questions to the house team the night before, because you wouldn't get told a time, to wake up. And they would basically try and guess what time to wake up. So when the boys would be up, because we got woken up by the film crew, we would hear hair dryers and stuff upstairs, with all the girls getting ready, because some of them had woken up about an hour earlier and started to get ready. So, that's the truth behind that. The second one was, what's it like to be in the boardroom? And I tell you what, this was one of the most surreal moments I've ever had in my life. As you, the viewers of the show, and me before going on the show, watching it, seeing Lord Sugar come out and stuff, it's just really cool, right? And then when you actually get onto the show for the first time, you're in the boardroom and you see Lord Sugar just walk through the glass screen, and you see him pop through, you just think, Jesus, man, like, this is so weird. Like, I'm actually here with this guy. And then he sits down and he say, hello, Lord Sugar. It's just the most surreal thing, because I felt like I was in the TV, yet I was actually on it. I was like it was really surreal. But when it gets tough in the boardroom, though, I mean, those boardroom discussions can go on for hours, literally all day. And that's the thing with you guys. You only get to see a very small snippet of what actually happens. Sometimes we've done tasks for 2 or 3 days, yet you guys would see half an hour of the task, half an hour of the boardroom. So some of it's kind of, chopped up and edited in ways that didn't exactly happen in the way, but it is TV, so we all understand that. Anyway, so back to the question, why did I leave The Apprentice? Now, here's a couple of things, okay? I went on the show for the sole reason and purpose of getting investment for this idea I had of Payroll Supermarket. I believed in it and I loved it, and I loved the show, and I had and I still have so much respect for Lord Sugar, the tycoon of business. So I thought, what's the best thing to do here? Now, I actually decided not to go on the show, and then I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I went into my office and just applied, because something was telling me to do it. Anyway, so obviously, yeah, the show was, reason for me was to get investment. But over time, I worked really hard. I wanted to impress not just Lord Sugar and his aides, but also my guys as well. who my fellow contestants. And I had to put a few of them in their place at the start because they used to speak to me as if I was kind of less than them. But anyway, so I worked really hard and I felt like I'd sold loads and I performed very well up until a certain point where it started to kind of wear on me. The whole process started to wear down on me. Now, from the get-go, I felt that I wasn't really getting much or any recognition for the good things I was doing from the early tasks throughout, and it was usually to do with sales. For instance, the gardening task. I sold myself, as much, if not more money than the whole team put together on the other side. But it wasn't brought up in the boardroom until Gary actually said, Lord Sugar, Scott sold a lot on this. But he just kind of got dismissed. And over time, it started to wear me down a bit. And it does. You literally are on tasks 2 or 3 days, maybe a day's break, another 2 or 3 days. Your routine's completely changed from the normal day-to-day life you have to the show now. So it was kind of like a huge change to your life and you had to perform. So what happened was, over time, I started to think, do I actually want to be invested in by Lord Sugar? Is he right for me? I've given up a lot to be here and I've done everything they've asked for. And I've literally changed my whole life to show these guys that I'm worthy of having some investment from Lord Sugar. But then you start to realise over time, actually, I haven't even spoken to this guy. Does he even want me to work with him? And you've got to understand, in business, there's 2 people. If there's an investor and someone, there's 2 investors, anyone. You have to be able to work with these people and you have to be able to get along. And it has to be a good fit, or is this not going to work? And what I identified quite early on was, I reckon if I was to have become the winner, I would become his bitch. If you want me to be completely honest, that's what I thought. I thought all my innovative ideas would be compressed. I'd be told what I can and can't do. And I felt that just from going through the show, that I don't think it was what I quite thought it was going to be. And if anything, I don't think I'll be able to be free to live and to just implement my ideas because of Lord Sugar's aids and basically, restrictions I felt. So over time, anyway, I had a really bad task, as we all know, the property task, where I didn't perform well. But you need to understand, I'd never done property before. Everyone's familiar with what they do day to day. I'd never done property before. I didn't have a clue. You've got literally no time to learn, to get experience in that area, and to just kind of understand what's going on. You have to literally just pick it up and then you're getting filmed. And unfortunately, property is not my thing. I've not done that. I've never done anything with that. And at the time, it wasn't for me. So I did my best and I still sold. I still sold property. The problem was, when it came to the boardroom, and I remember Karen Brady goes, you two, you've done great, you two not so much. That was with Karen, that was with Varna and Richard, and they'd done great. And that was with me and Brett. We did still sell, and we did still do well. So the thing was, why was I then being told, on the one task that I wasn't doing well? Lord Sugar literally came down on me. And he didn't do it very kind of strategically. I'm not saying he needs to be polite, but at the same time, I felt that, with all the other tasks I'd done in the past, I had no recognition whatsoever. But the one time I did bad, it was almost like, you are lucky to be here. You're not worthy to be in my presence right now because you're awful at what you do. And I felt that actually, no, that's not right, okay? I felt like I did my best. Yes, he wasn't great, but yes, I still sold. And the things he was saying to me made me think, well, actually, hang on a minute. This is all about me, but actually, what about you? You are also supposed to be potentially my business partner. Yes, we all know who you are. Yes, we know you're Lord Sugar and how you're a tycoon and you've made it. We get that. But I'm also not someone that's going to beg and literally do what you want me to do and jump as high as you tell me to. Because at the end of the day, we need to understand one thing. Lord Sugar is just a man, just like me and you. And women. He's just human. Yet, he has made it. So who the hell can tell me that I can't do the same and replicate his success or even go further than that. And these are things that were going on in my mind when I was sitting there after he'd gone in on me saying, you're basically, you know, awful. You're lucky to be here. And I thought, I've given up my whole life to be here right now. Show a bit of respect for all the previous things that I've done and brought to the table. What happened to those things? When it came to this point, I thought, right, am I taking up someone else's space here? Because I don't think I want this with you anymore as much either. And instead of wasting time and taking up someone's space and just going, okay, you know, I'll do better next task. No, I decided that I don't think you are a good fit for me either. And rather than me waste time and rather than me, you know, just be here not knowing if I want to actually win this anymore, the best thing would be is to leave and do it with dignity and respect for you and for myself, because I did respect him and I did also I'm very thankful for the opportunity. But just because you go on the show, it doesn't mean you have to you don't have to do what they ask you to do just because someone's more powerful with money. And the thing I always thought to myself, and this is the thing I had in the back of my mind, yes, Lord Sugar, he is a multi-millionaire, billionaire, I think 900 million, somewhere close. However, the only commodity that beats money is time. And I felt I was equal at that representation to Lord Sugar because I had more time than he had and he had more money. And I felt that that was the thing to make me feel that I am also just human like you. And we are equals in a different aspect of things. And it kept me going. But then, you know, like I said, I didn't feel that how he spoke to me was very respectful, and I didn't feel that it was going to work. So I decided to leave, and I decided to do it with as much respect as possible. And here I am today, you know, after that. This is what I wake up with every morning. I wake up thinking, if he's done it by himself then why the hell can't I? Not just by myself, but without someone like Lord Sugar telling me, you know, do this. If he can do it, then I can bloody do it. It's going to take a long time, just like it did for him. But I'm willing to do that, sacrifice that time and enjoy it. To hopefully, first of all, do better than Karen and then do even better than Lord Sugar. And I want to make as much noise about that as possible because I am human and I have the attributes, the education and the intelligence to be able to do and replicate the successes of people just like him. And I respect that. And I love the fact that he exists for me to want to chase. So that's the reason why I left, because fundamentally, breaking it down, I didn't feel that, I felt that if he can do it, then I can do it. And I don't need to be spoken to and being told what to do. So anyway, here we are. Anyway, listen, that's the reason why I've been asked so many times. That's the reason why I left. And I felt it was the best decision I've ever made. It's been bloody hard. It's been bloody amazing. The whole journey so far. Like I said, we're moving into our new offices in a couple of weeks. I cannot wait. And we're evolving. We have setbacks and then we evolve. We have setbacks and we evolve. And this is exactly what Lord Sugar has been through in his history as well. So, you know, all I can say is always keep true to yourself. Always keep respect and dignity for yourself. Get rid of the ego, though. The ego is just a waste of your time. But you can do it. Because if people like the entrepreneurs and the biggest tycoons in the world can do it, then why the hell can't you? All you need to do is put the time in and learn and get better. Put the time in, learn and get better. And you will get there. Chip away. Just like they did. And I don't need someone to go, right, you can come up here now. I will be able to be there and I'll be able to know and tell you how I got there. And I hope in 10, 20, 30 years time, I look back at this video and I go, I bloody said it. And I knew what I wanted then and I'm still doing it now. And look, I'm more successful than Lord Sugar, money-wise. But success doesn't always come in money, so whatever. But that's what I'm talking about with Lord Sugar. Now, I think he's awesome. But anyway, thank you so much. Listen, anyone that is watching my videos, thank you so much. Please subscribe. And I hope you're enjoying the content. And if I don't put another video out, have an amazing Christmas. Spend it with your family. Have a break, and just enjoy this lovely time of year. Thank you very much, everyone. And you know, I'll be putting a new video out soon. It's from me. See you later.